Yes, this is me, Hudson George, doing a live tonight. My topic is the new narrative in Grenada presently is older Grenadians are politically irrelevant. Now, this narrative or propaganda is coming from some young people, and I wouldn't say they're really young. They say it's youth time. They say they have a youthful prime minister. Now, when you ask them what is youth and what age makes somebody a youth, they can't answer. Okay. Now, the prime minister of Grenada is not a youth, but he's not an old person, right? He's not old, he's in his 40s, right? But the narrative today is politics is for younger people. Older Grenadians are irrelevant. Okay? Right? And in Grenada, we have these young people. If you sit down one-on-one with them, they don't know nothing politically. They don't know the history of Grenada politics. Even the prime minister, who is in his 40s, don't know. Might be a lawyer, corporate lawyer, he could do business, but he don't know. And his followers, maybe his age and younger, and maybe those older, they don't willing to know. All the narrative on the ground is young people time, politics. The old people are irrelevant. You understand? Now, okay. Well, they tell me I'm old. And one other person who told me I'm old, he lives in Toronto, but he's not old. He could be my age too. But he's a government supporter. He tell me I'm old. I guess he doesn't know his age, right? Anyway, he doesn't know his age. Now, lots of things happening in Grenada, and they say it's young people time is a young government. But the government is not a youthful government. So I don't know what they're talking about. Now, okay. We have October month ended yesterday. Today is, we almost the second day in November now. Right, so October month gone. And there was a lot of drama in Grenada. Government tried to create a Heroes Day in Progress Park, St. Andrew in the big parish, and it didn't come out as they had expected. Because in Grenada again, there is a whole colonial narrative that citizens outside the parish where the capital city is located are stupid. And it looked like if the think tank for this present Grenada regime comes from a particular village called St. Paul. A lot of the think tankers. And St. Paul's was always an oppressive place for Grenadian. Now, if we had to write the true history of Grenada, St. Paul's was a place where there was a militia, a British militia, the St. Paul's, Monjaloo, and other villages around, and in the city of St. George. St. George, in St. George's City. They were British loyalists, but today they say they're revolutionaries. So even though they're claiming to be anti-British, they still have a negative perspective about outer parish people. But they want to be the revolutionaries of Grenada. Right? So anyway, now it looks like if the present government is influenced by people from those areas. Plus, you have some old PRG from the Maurice Bishop Bonnet Code time regime supporting this government. And a lot of them live in New York and other places. They're enjoying the American dream, but they're speaking socialism. And I can put my neck on the block that all of them will be voting for Kamala Harris in this November election for the presidency of the United States. But they will stay in New York and cost people like me when I criticize the government. Now, they enjoying liberalism under the democratic government in the United States. They're scared of Donald Trump. He is more right-wing. But they're preaching left-wing politics and they're supporting the government of today that, if given a chance, could be totalitarian too. Because the Prime Minister want to make Maurice Bishop a hero. But they have a doubt. The Prime Minister told Grenadian people they cannot play amplifier music on October 19th, the past October 19th. He didn't do that to the legislator, to the House of Representatives. So what he was saying is dictatorial. So they will support Dick Mitchell draconian law. But in the United States, they will tell you Donald Trump will do things crazy. Now, Dick Mitchell was wrong to just telling people they cannot play amplifier in music. He didn't legislate that in Parliament. So there was dictatorship. And also, I'm not a lawyer. Dick Mitchell come in power through the ballot box. Maurice Bishop was ruling Grenada by the gun. So maybe some lawyers could, if he make Maurice Bishop a hero, there should be some legal challenge to it where lawyers should challenge it because Maurice Bishop as Prime Minister of Grenada was not under the constitution we have. So what Dick Mitchell is trying to impose on us is no different from when they say Donald Trump send his supporters to disrupt the the House of Representatives. Wrong is wrong. And these are the people who live in New York. They're going to vote for Kamala Harris because they want to enjoy liberalism in America. But they want to impose a dictatorship on us in Grenada. A left-wing dictatorship model on Maurice Bishop craziness. Right? And they have some young people saying older Grenadians are irrelevant. Why is these young people don't even know Grenada history? Some of them, if you ask them what year Grenada gets statehood, they don't know. You know, they don't know. All they care about is their time. The youthful. I talk to some of them. Some of them is in the 50s, in the 40s, but they tell you they are youths, you know. And they will tell people like me I'm old. So anyway, this is Grenada politics. Now, then again, there is an element in Grenada of, you see, like how you have black and black street violence, where black people must be killing one another on the street, black and black violence. That could come from slavery, right? There are some Grenadians who have descendants tied from the old colonial class. And they will talk to you in a peaceful time, your name is body. But when it comes to politics, they just try to show you that they're superior to you. Now, I come across some people on Facebook because I criticize the present government with the Heroes Day and other things. I come across two persons, they have the same last name, Grant. One name is Jerry Grant and the other one is John C. M. Grant. Most likely they're related. They descend from some Scottish people and maybe mix up with black, right? But the way they're addressing me on Facebook is like they want to tell me, who the hell is you, this black guy? This black Grenadian, you know? Because I criticize the Deacon Mitchell, Maurice Bishop hero thing. In the sentiment, you could see they have this old colonial thing in them, but they're pretending to be, they just call this a progressive left wing and progressive politics and they support revolution. But these people and them are minority people in Grenada who come from the plantocracy. And the only way they could be relevant into the society is pretending to be left-wing politics because they represent a minority of the population. They are watered down last lacquers of the old colonial class. Then our next lady again, she is Miss Margaret O'Brien. And these are people I don't have real contact with on Facebook, you know. But they just come to pick a fight with me because of my political opinion. Right? You understand? Now, these are the things we have to deal with in Grenada. Right? As black people, the majority of us are black people. And there is some field Negroes, Grenadians still looking for a slave driver to be the superior. And if they want to vex with me, vex with me. We know Maurice Bishop come from part of his bloodline was slave masters who oppressed Grenadian. Kirani James at still a teenager, won gold medal for Grenada in the Olympics game, 400 meters. He never kill a man. He never kill nobody. He never lock up nobody in prison. He never do all that. The whole of Grenada, we enjoy Kirani James. But now you have a government who want to make Maurice Bishop a hero. Maurice Bishop died on October 19th. He was executed by your own brethren. Your own comrades kill him because they were living like hyenas. Right? Just to rule Grenada for life. We have this, they say there is a young government. Kirani James is a young man. Maybe because Kirani James is a dark-skinned man from black Grenadian from Guavetown, Gun Battle area, a place called Gun Battle. And past Maurice Bishop, they see him as some kind, they're looking for a slave driver still, or some kind of master person. So they, instead of glorifying it, Kiwani James won the first gold medal for Grenada. And he a Olympian winner 3 times. Gold, silver, and bronze. He won medals in 3 Olympics. But the first one is historical. They're going to make Kiwani James a hero, you know. But they want to get some kind of slave master grandchildren to make the superhero than giving it to a black man that need it, a real black man. And all they're talking about is imperialism and King Charles oppressing us. King Charles is oppressing you. We're oppressing ourselves. And maybe one of the reasons why the British didn't send on the gunboat to when the revolution took place in 1979, the British know that Maurice Bishop, great-grandfather or whatever he was, both of it two, great-grand and great-great-grand or grand and great-grand, they took bribe from the British, and that's why the British end up with Grenada. So Maurice Bishop and them enjoy slave money. I don't enjoy slave money. So why when I do my live on Facebook, the La Grenade family enjoy slave money? Maurice Bishop's mother is a La Grenade. They enjoy slave money. You want to beat up on a black Grenadian like me, every time I do something on Facebook, you want to come and fight with me. I don't break in Facebook rules. You understand? And they have this narrative nowadays is young people time, the youth time. Ask them what is the age of a youth. Our Prime Minister is not a youth, but he's not an old person. And as long as this government want to make Maurice Bishop a hero, I will oppose it. So you guys go out to continue trying to fight with me politically, but I wouldn't give up to you guys. You understand? Another thing before I go. Again, they say Grenada have oil and gas. I believe that. I believe Grenada have oil and gas. All of a sudden, we hear the government of Grenada sign oil thing with companies, Nigeria, Russia, and so. Now, both NNP and NDC politicians have fault. But when you criticize the NDC now, they say you're NNP. The NNP made mistake too. That's why they're out of office. If they pay the pension money, perhaps they will have been in office. Because they lost the case. We back to democracy, and Maurice Bishop regimed the interfered pension plan. So the civil servants or public servants won the case. So the NNP government should have paid the money. So they lost the election. Right? Dick Mitchell paid the money to the civil servant. But yet he paid the money, you know. But he still want to impose Maurice Bishop on us. When the Maurice Bishop government is the one that interfered the pension plan. You understand? While the NNP party was formed after the invasion. Because when Maurice Bishop was in power, Kit Mitchell couldn't come to Grenada. Kit Mitchell, Francis Alexis, and them, they couldn't come to Grenada. They were called CIA and all kind of thing because Bishop and Kodos didn't want educated people to come to Grenada because they feel Grenada was theirs, right? Now, Dick Mitchell is inheriting the prime ministership of Grenada because the American invade Grenada. If the American invade Grenada, Dick Mitchell will never able to be prime minister of Grenada. That's what he doesn't know. And the party he have, the NDC party was formed by people that if Maurice Bishop and Code had stayed maybe longer in power, they will all lock up those people, or these people couldn't speak. Both NNP and NDC party come from educated Grenadians who were not friends of the revolution and who the revolution didn't like. So how you could be close to the Codite and the Bishopite trying to push down Maurice Bishop down on my throat? I say no. And those on Facebook who cussing people, they just cuss Mr. Michael Battis. Well, yeah, he's a black-skinned man from Munich. They will cuss him. He's a black man from Hermitage, St. Patrick, so they go cuss me. Right? We don't look like the slave masters. We look black, like we look like people from West Africa, so they don't have respect for us. And these are the same people that are coming back tomorrow and tell you about reparations and slavery and all them kind of thing. You understand? So this narrative about is young people time. That's nonsense. The young people don't know nothing. And next thing, our journalists, what we have in Grenada, they're not asking the politicians and them hard question. And to be a journalist is not only having the diploma or the degree or what you are in journalism. You have to be rounded in global politics and history and all kind of thing to be a journalist. If you don't know the history of Grenada, how you question a politician? Yeah, you might know the who, when, where, why, and how, yes. But to question the politician is who, when, why, how, and where. You have to know history of Grenada. And you have to know global politics and economics and all kind of things. You have to know that. Understand? So, none of them who as the Prime Minister, how can he choose October 19th as some kind of a holy day in Grenada when this is the day, if Maurice Bishop wasn't executed, we perhaps would not be back to the Marcos, the Westminster system as early as he come. But I believe at the time Maurice Bishop would not have been in power. Maybe he'll end up in the World Court, or he'll have to run away somewhere like how Balthazar of Suriname. He's not in Suriname, he's alive, but nobody knows where he is. This is what Dick Mitchell and them have to look after. You cannot impose on the people, and the young people must stop this nonsense saying it's young people time. If it's young people time, we'll pass it in Parliament and say people my age is irrelevant in Grenada. As long as older adults like me could vote, I'm not irrelevant. So I'll be talking my politics. You understand? And one of them, Mr. Forsyth. Something Forsyth is in him. He also tried to disrespect me too. And I had to tell him I was a supporter of the Jewel movement when I was a teenager. I even had my Jewel movement card as a teenager. And I went to Victoria in a Jewel rally, and the MP for St. Mark, and the town of St. Mark is Victoria. The MP was living in Victoria, and he is a Forsyth. And he mobilized, that was in Gary time, he was a Gary MP. He mobilized gangs of violent people to stone us. Right? From Waltham to Victoria, we getting stoned. A man named Mr. Sandy was stabbed on Diamond Street. Those days we young, we didn't care. We go in Jewel rally and we're afraid to death too. Right? So, young people don't know all this history. I had to tell the guy that because he come disrespecting me, and I guess he didn't feel good when I tell him about the Forsyth thing and the politics. But if you don't interfere with me, I don't have nothing to tell you, because I tell a lot of them I deal with space and time. I'm not an NNP, I'm not an NDC. And years ago, I was more kind of sympathetic to the NNP because the NNP had a program. The NDC never had a program. For Grenada, all they used to do was criticize. No, whatever the mistake the NNP make in the past, they make some boo-boo too. But what make me stop support the NNP party is when I see Peter David and Chester Humphrey in it. Because anyway I see PRG people involved in politics and not taking part. So, as long as you have PRG people like Peter David and them in NNP party, I wouldn't even vote NNP just the same. And I don't care about the NDC right now too, because too much PRG people is in it. I think they should make their own political party and try to win election on their own. So I don't belong to no political party. But if Mr. Dick Mitchell do good thing, I will say it's good. And when he making a boo-boo of himself, making himself a boo-boo, following PRG people with all this nonsense about this shrine on the fort, I'll criticize it. A shrine is a sacred place. Maurice Bishop was not a sacred person. He have blood on his hands. So what shrine on the fort? The Montreat St. Patrick have about 9 slave pen. Slavery lasts for over 300 years in Grenada. Almost 300 years old, 300 years almost. But more than 200. Yeah, about 300 years. The slave pen in Montreal is to fix up. Dick Mitchell won't fix it up. And he's a black man, you know. But he's starting to make shrine for Maurice Bishop. So how I could be an NDC? You understand? The Grenada running out of public cemetery to bury dead. The government wouldn't create new cemetery for people to bury the dead. But you want to make shrine on the fort for Maurice Bishop, a dictator who take Grenada into Cold War politics. I can't support that, my brother. So, as long as I'm on Facebook and all you harassing me, I don't give enough value. And last thing I will tell you, I just do live. I have readers all over the world. Australia, Israel, Ireland, Nigeria, South Africa. These countries far away I'm talking about, where I just have people following me. When I do my live as a content creator, I don't do Facebook because I'm looking for money. I just joined Facebook to say things, and it happens so. Now, my people who follow me on Facebook are not the smallest percentage of my followers on Facebook is people in the 20s. And up to 35. These are my lowest amount of followers. People 37 years and older, as you pass 37 years and older, they are my biggest followers as the age go up. So it shows that I'm making a difference. What I'm saying, people with sense that listen to me. So I'm not irrelevant. But the things that I'm saying is people that have a level of education that listen to me. My highest group of people listening to me is 65 years and older, and the next highest is 60 to 64 is my next highest, and my third highest is from 37 to 50. Young people don't understand the things I'm talking about because they're not mature. So people on Facebook, if you have a lot of other people that's following you, is young people. You're not doing mature stuff. So when you see me on Facebook, don't come and interfere with me, because when you interfere with me, I don't back it down to you. This is what you guys have to know. I treat people how you treat me. If you want to be nasty with me, I'm nasty with you, but I won't trouble you. Anyway, this is me, Hudson George. I'm gone till I come again. Till I come again.